Hello, and a very warm welcome to today's Google Ads question and answers. It is 16th September 2022, 3 p.m. in the UK, and every weekday on a Tuesday and a Friday at this same time, I go live on YouTube, Facebook, Google, and Twitter. So I'll answer questions during the session. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment box or around the video, whichever platform you're uh, logged in from. So let's get right into it and get the show on the roads. We've got some very interesting questions I need to cover. So you're going to learn quite a few things today with regards to Google Ads. Okay. So the first question is, what are all the metrics needed to monitor to know ads are performing well or not in campaign, ad group, and ad creative level? Okay, great question. So first of all, you need to look at what your goals are for your campaigns, whether it is branding, brand awareness, video views, whether it is driving traffic to a website or a blog post, whether you are generating any leads or you are driving traffic to an e-commerce store where you need your visitors to make a purchase. So first of all, you got to have those goals in mind and then mapped out as to what your goals are for those campaigns. With regards to performing well or not, it's fairly straightforward. If it is, let's say, for lead generation or a online e-commerce store where you need sales, the three most important metrics are conversions, conversion rate, and cost per conversion or return on ad spend, whichever ones you are tracking. You have a base metric and you need to work towards those metrics. So let's say, for argument's sake, if you are working towards a 1% click through rate and your click through rate is 5%, then you don't need to change the ads because when people see your ad, be it search, display, or video, they like what they see and they click on your ad and they come through. So that metric you don't need to touch. The optimization you need to do is on your landing page or on your website if they don't convert. So you see that your audiences or your keywords are really dialed in. You know these are your right keywords and the right audiences. You know when they see those ads, they click on it, your CTR is very high. But when they come on the landing page or website, they don't convert. Then you start optimizing the website and not touch the ads. This is where a lot of people make this big mistake of changing things around very frequently in the campaign level. Well, Google's job is to get you the right visitor to your website. Then it is the work of your website to convert them. Google has done its job. It has driven that right person or that targeted audience. If they don't get convinced by your message or your product or service, the price, the landing page experience, and all of these variables, you need to keep working towards it, and then you'll find that it is improving. So you look at the data at the campaign level, of course, and it depends again how many ad groups you've got in the campaign. If one ad group is really bleeding cash and not converting, then you may want to stop that or pause that so that the budget is released for the other ad groups. At creative level, yeah, you look at the CTR especially, and also obviously the conversions, conversion rate, and the conversion data. But this is how I would go about looking at these metrics, and we keep an eye on it. And I think I've got one more question to follow through in this session, and I'll show you how we keep an eye on it by keeping them all in one place. Okay. How to judge my ad creative is performing well or not? What metrics need to assuming sales are low and not up to the cost spending. Okay. So it's very similar to the last question. Um, the only difference over here, what you're saying is whether you are getting those um, sales or not, or conversions or not. Then what you want to do is to look at your secondary conversion. So there are two types of conversions in Google Ads. One is the primary and one is the secondary. The primary conversion is things like somebody makes a purchase, downloads a PDF, signs up to your webinar, makes a phone call, or any other direct call to action where they become a lead or a customer, right? The secondary conversions are a little bit different to the primary, and that will give you whether your ads or your audiences or your targeting is working or not. So what you want to do is set up these micro conversions for time on site. That is going to show you how engaged a visitor on your website is or not. If they stay on just for 5 seconds and bounce off, you know they don't like what they see, or they're not the right person who you targeted. If they scroll to the bottom of the page, you know that they are consuming your content. If they click a video button and watch the video, you know that they are interested in your content. Another call to action or secondary conversion could be time on site or the number of pages they visited on your website. So these micro conversions or the secondary conversions will lead to that main or the primary conversion, because if I'm not interested in your product or service, then I'm not likely to convert. But if I spend more time, get engaged with your content, consume it, watch it, view it, like it, share it, and click any other buttons, or live chat is also another one, which will tell us whether how many people come on your website and click on the live chat to inquire about a product or service. So this is what I would track, if assuming that if you're not getting any conversions. So you want more of these secondary conversions, which will then lead up to that main conversion. So if you have any questions, please put them on the descriptions or on our YouTube channel or Facebook group. The Facebook group is on your screen right now. It's free to join. We've got a really good community over there of like-minded professionals, and we help each other out as much as we can in there. And I'd really appreciate if you do hit the subscribe button, because we upload videos pretty much every day on a regular basis or every weekday. And you'll be the first one to be notified when we upload fresh and new content, and also get notifications for live streams like this one. And if you want some tips or an audit from me for your Google Ads account, then you can get a 30-minute Google Ads audit completely free of charge. Just get in touch with me through our website or through my social channels. All right. So while optimizing, need to see lifetime data, date, or daily basis or weekly basis. Now, obviously, you can see the data in the Google Ads interface, and you can select the date range this week, last week, or this month, last month, and so on. But it just gives us a little snapshot. The way we do this in our agency for our clients is we have I know this is a little bit small, but you can create a spreadsheet or a Google Sheet. And the first column has got all the important metrics. So if you're tracking cost, impressions, CTR, conversions, conversion rate, and so on, put them over here. And then each day is a new column. So it goes from 1 to the left, and the end of the month, which is the 30th or the 31st, to the right. Every day we put the data in here. Now you can either do it manually, or there are certain plugins and tools which will automate the entry in here. The reason why I prefer this to do manually because the account manager, when they input the data, they can see what's happening, and it forces them to see um, whether the conversions have dropped or the CPC has gone up quite a lot or any other metric which has gone out of sync. So we can get all these red flags literally instantly, just by looking at this spreadsheet. So this is what we do on a daily basis, and you can see that. And each month has got a new tab or a new sheet, and you just keep on um, updating the sheet and keep a track on all your data. Our customers love it as well. And there are other tools like Google Data Studio as well, which you can use for free. But we prefer to have this daily tracker the way I've just shown you. Google Ads is suggesting changing my attribution model from linear to data driven. So, data driven is the new, I won't say the default, but it is heading that way because with the way the algorithm and the AI is, I would also recommend that you switch over to data driven. It has got a lot more data points than we have because we are pretty much looking at a handful of metrics like cost per click, conversion rate, CTR, and so on. Data driven has got a lot more data points, and I would highly recommend you do that. Since this is a new default for Google Ads, is it a good practice to change this model? It's not a practice; it's just a default attribution model, which will give you better performance, in my humble opinion. It will impact the performance of your ads for a few days because the attribution is being realigned, and you might see a sudden drop in conversions or conversion rates and so on. Don't panic. Don't make any knee jerk reactions and make sudden changes to the account. Let it run for a few days and you will find that it is come back to where it was before. Okay, currently I'm running successful performance max campaign with 26 conversions per day. Very good. Should I also run remarketing campaign? If yes, then how frequently should I run it? Is it okay to run PMAX and remarketing campaigns simultaneously? Okay, so first of all, well done. You're getting um, 26 conversions per day. Now, I don't know what your goals are. If you're aiming for 10 conversions a day and you're getting 26, then really well done. But if you are aiming for 200 and you're getting 26, so you're not quite there, but you're on the way. So first of all, you know, a number like this, 26 conversions a day, doesn't mean anything because it really depends on the account. You should always run remarketing campaigns, whether it is PMAX or video or display, because you are going after those visitors who have shown interest, have engaged with you. So whether they have come visited your website and not converted, or whether they have viewed a video or one of your video ads or a video on your YouTube channel and so on, you got to retarget. The reason why I go live like these sessions and also upload videos regularly is I'm building up my remarketing list, because on YouTube, when somebody views a video, I can remarket to them whenever I want. So if I have an offer tomorrow and I need to push it out to my audience, I can do that at will. The second best thing, or another a way to reach your audience, is of course an email list, which is also highly recommended. But email marketing is obviously completely different to what we are talking about over here. So yes, remarketing is always, and you can run remarketing list as a performance max campaign as well. Put all your assets, the same assets, or it could be a different one. Because look, with remarketing, you need to be a bit creative and clever. If the person or the visitor did not convert on that first offer, sending them back to that same place or with the same offer is not going to increase that conversion. Yes, they might have to log off because the boss came into the office, or they had to leave and they got busy and so on. So it reminds them that, you are still there. Please sign up or buy my product or whatever. For e-commerce websites, of course, dynamic remarketing is absolutely critical, and Amazon was one of the first companies to start dynamic remarketings, and look where they are now, because they really did um, remarket very aggressively. And by aggressively, you don't want to be annoying. Like every time you go online, the ad pops up, the same company or the same person's ads pop up. So you need to keep a fine balance between how many times you show your ads per day. I'm running my ads on maximize conversion value now. Okay. Google is suggesting to move to ROAS and increase my budget to double. Okay. Is it a good idea to implement this suggestion? If I will do this, can I keep my ROAS higher than what Google is suggesting? Now my ROAS is 140%. Can I keep it to 200? Okay. So a couple of things you need to take into account. The first question you made or comment you made is Google is suggesting you move to ROAS and increase or double my budget. If you are positive on your ad spend, or you are making a profit on your campaigns, and you have the capacity to get more sales or leads, then yes, you absolutely increase the budget. That's how you will grow your business. If you are not, then you do not scale. You optimize it to the point where your ROAS is a profitable number, and then you start to scale. Um, so you are saying that you, like, now my ROAS is 140 and I keep it or change it to 200. You can try. I would not change that in the same campaign. Copy that campaign, make another one, set the ROAS to, let's say, 175 or 170%, then copy paste another campaign and run it at 200% ROAS. So you have three campaigns running at the same time. One would be at 140, another one would be 170, another one would be 200, and you will see some very interesting data coming through, and you will get that sweet spot of what is your perfect ROAS figure, where you are getting that number, or the ROAS number, as well as scaling the campaign and Google is spending. Because quite often what happens is, if you increase the ROAS, your impressions, clicks, and everything goes down, and the ads or the campaigns don't spend the money, the daily budget. And this is why it is advisable that you need to find that sweet spot. And if 140 is running fine, and you can keep increasing the budget every day by 15% or so, and it keeps on spending, you keep on increasing it, and you keep on scaling it, because 140%, if it is profitable, um, keep growing. Now, some of you may say, well, 140% is not very high. Well, you don't know, I don't know what the product is and what is the customer lifetime value. So you probably have worked out that every time you get a customer, they come back 3 or 4 times or 5 times in the next few months. So someone cannot make a judgment on this, neither can I. So 140 is fine, then you keep scaling. Soon I will start a Google Ads campaign for real estate. Can anyone guide me with what strategy should I follow and which type of campaign should I run? Search, display, etc. All right. So real estate or realtors is usually a localized campaign, maybe 5 mile radius around where you are, or 10 mile radius, depends on how far you go out. It will not be at state level or city level if you're in a big city, and forget the national level, if unless you have got a national you are a national company. So most realtors and real estate is all localized. Any business which is a local business, dentist, plumbers, restaurants, opticians, anyone, right? For local businesses, you need to hit your customers at as many touch points as possible to build up that brand. Because I may not need a dentist today, but tomorrow I might require. I don't want to go to a restaurant this week, but I may possibly look to go out to eat in the next few weeks or so. I'm not looking to sell my house today, but I may be looking to sell my house in the near future. So these are the things which you want to do, is to build up your brand in such a way that your conversions happens over here and not on the website. So when I am ready to make that purchase or sell the house or whatever, go out to eat, the first name which pops up in my head is your company's name. So for that, you need to run search, display, video. Very few companies use video as a brand building, not only for brand building but also for direct conversions with strong call to action to come to the website and check you out. Again, me going live and me uploading videos on a regular basis is building up my brand equity. And it doesn't happen overnight, it happens over a period of time. And you've got to be consistent and just let it run. Don't run it for 2 weeks and say, oh, I'm losing money. You got to allocate certain budget, and then you just keep at it and keep improving it, and you'll find that you are growing and your brand is building. The way to keep track of your brand equity is whether it's growing or not is go into your analytics, look at your direct traffic, look at your brand traffic, and see how many people are coming to your website, because then they'll go to Google and search for your brand name and your organic. If you got your organic presence or your SEO dialed in, you will get that click. And the other thing which I would highly recommend is, and not many people do this, is build and create a brand campaign always, because as you start running ads, people are going to search and you want to take the top spot, not let your competitors steal that real estate from you at the top. Okay, so I've got a problem. I'm running Google Ads for furniture. My client don't have a website or a landing page. Instead, they sell the furniture through Facebook page. Wow. Okay, so tell me, what should we do regarding landing page? Well, without website, you are trying to build up a castle on someone else's land. Facebook is not your property. You got to drive traffic to your landing pages or to your website. Build up your own website and then run traffic to it, because then you'll be able to track and put all your conversion tags, analytics, tag manager, all the tags, remarketing tags on your website, and then you can see what's working and what's not working. Driving traffic to Facebook is not recommended, it's not very scientific, and if I was you, I would not take on this client, because I'll be pulling my hair out if I was to do that. I currently have a campaign running where one ad group is performing far better than the rest. Okay. To reduce wastage spend, I want to increase budget on that ad group. All right. So in Google Ads, you cannot change or increase or set the budget at ad group level. In Facebook, Twitter, and some other channels, you can. But in Google Ads, the campaign is set at the budget is set up at the campaign level. What's the best way around it? There isn't one, but there is a way which I think you've written it down here. Would it be to copy that ad group into its own campaign, or is there a way to increase budgets at ad group level? Yes, you written it here. You said it. You copy that campaign, or copy that ad group. In fact, if that ad group is performing, I would keep it in that same campaign because it's got that conversion data. Take out all the non-performers or the non-performing ad groups, copy that same campaign, and then delete the one which is performing from the second campaign, and pause all the non-performers from the first campaign. So you got that one ad group in the original campaign which is performing. Let it run, increase the budget, whatever you want to do. Now the other three, or how many ad groups you've got, will be on their own campaigns, and then you can do the same thing. And if one of them starts to perform from that because now it's getting more traffic, then you peel and stick the other ones into second and third and fourth campaigns. So always remember, the budget is at campaign level, not at ad group level. I'm new to this group. Okay, this is from one of our Facebook group members. And I'm currently running my first ever PMAX campaign that was upgraded from my first ever smart shopping. Okay, where I spent approx 1800 in a month. Okay. My current PMAX campaign has run for approximately 3 weeks in the US at 25 a day using 20 assets. And I set my objective as a low conversion value of 150 ROAS. Okay. My average order value is typically around 70 USD. What would anyone suggest as the next evolution of this PMAX campaign? CPC is going down, CTR is going up, so learning is working, it seems. All right, so I think you're looking at just the vanity metrics, which is the CPC and the CTR. You haven't said anything about how the conversions are happening, how the conversion rate is going up or down, and whether your target ROAS is being achieved or not. That is the first thing I would look at. If they are not working, then I would look at the CPC and the CTR, because I'd rather pay a higher CPC with a higher conversion rate compared to a low CPC and a low conversion rate, because the later would be more expensive than the first option. So just don't look at the CPC and the CTR. And this is the biggest mistake I see. Everybody wants to decrease the CPC. Oh, we want to cut down on our click cost. Well, cheaper clicks are cheaper for a reason, because they don't convert. Expensive clicks are expensive for a reason, because they convert very well. So you need to think about that. All right. Yesterday I got 2 sales, one from YouTube and another one from an email campaign for Labor Day promotion. But when I look into my Google Ad account, it's showing 2 conversions. How is this possible? Okay. I also I look into the ads level, it's showing 7 conversions. I've shared screenshots of the dashboard ad. Okay, I'm doing anything wrong or missing on something? Please share your thoughts. So that's just a screenshot of your 2 conversions you made. Okay. Then you have given, I'll try and enlarge this a bit for everybody. Okay. I pretty much know what this is. So you're looking at the all conversions data where you got 5 and 2 equals 7. And then you got the conversions over here as 2. I know what you've done. Okay. Again, this is a very simple mistake which I have made also before. See, now you got 3 conversions over here. Yeah? One is purchases, one is add to cart, and one begin checkout. Purchases, you can see, is the action over here is primary. Let me try and zoom in a bit. That's a bit better. Try and a bit more. All right. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. Purchase. Primary action, correct. 2 conversions. Then you got add to cart. Primary as 3 conversions. Begin checkout, secondary as 2 conversions. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7. Google is recording these correctly, but what is not correct is this. Now, I bet this is a Shopify website, because when you connect the Shopify conversion tracking, the add to cart comes over here as primary. You need to make this as secondary, because this is not a conversion. The conversion is just the first one, which is primary. So primary, this add to cart and begin checkout or any other, or shipping info, whatever the steps are towards the path to that conversion, you got to keep it secondary. So this is why you got 7 conversions over here, is because you got 2 conversions and 5 as secondary conversions. So you need to you need to change that first of all. And because you are looking at the all conversions column, there you go. That's showing 7, which is also correct. But then the conversions also is correct, which is 2. Now, you mentioned about one was by email. Without looking into it a bit deeper, I cannot make a suggestion as to why Google probably has in that attribution, because that may well have come through an ad, and then they signed up for a coupon code or whatever, then they came back to the website and converted. um, or you may have sent an abandoned uh, cart email. They clicked on it. Klaviyo is going to take that attribution, and so is Google Ads. So not the end of the world. As long as the conversion tracking is working, it's fine, because Klaviyo will want to take that attribution as well as Google Ads. Okay. Just created this 3 days ago. Got 2 calls, 1 lead, 1 message, or 1 lead and 1 message. Okay. Budget is 1,500 a month. Will I be getting more? Yeah, as long as you got the budget and you keep optimizing it, keep working on your campaigns, then by all means you are going to get more. So within 3 days you got 2 leads. Is good. I'm not sure what your expectations are, but you got to manage your expectations, right? And don't panic if the next day you don't get any calls or customers. It will average out towards the end of the month. So keep plugging away, and well done for getting those leads and conversions. Okay, so I am now going to go to the comments and questions, which I see some of them have, and I'll try to answer them for you. And if you where is it gone? Okay. Okay. Donkey Kong. That used to be my favorite game when I was little. It reminds me of my childhood. Okay. My campaigns start with good performance in first, then after 2 weeks it stops getting impressions and clicks. What are the optimization I should perform? Quite often campaigns will just die. It's just the way it is. So what you do is just keep on, um, just copy or create a new campaign and get started again. The other thing I would look at is potentially you may have put in quite a few negative keywords, is which are blocking the impression. So have a look at that as well. But if it dies, and every time it happens, then it's probably and possibly something to do um, with negative keywords. How much should I charge for running Google Ads for 1 month? I can't answer that, my friend. I've spoken and talked about this on many occasions and videos. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know your circumstances. I don't know how much you need to earn a living. All you need to do is to work out. I won't say sell yourself on an hourly basis. That's the worst kind of uh, charges or billing you can do. You want to add value to somebody's account or campaigns. First of all, that mindset for 1 month, you got to take it out. Or it might be that you're asking per month. So I apologize for that. But for if somebody wants to come to me for 1 month, I'm not going to take it on, because in 1 month I'm not a magician. Even though we can create some miracles every now and then, but you need a bit more time for campaigns to mature. So short-term campaigns, we don't want those clients, because it's too much work onboarding them, setting up the campaigns, optimizing, and then before you know it, the time's up and then you stop working. The client is not happy and they haven't got the results. So first of all, managing the client expectations, and secondly, you need to work out how much you need in a month to survive. Now, I'm just giving an example. Say, let's say you need 5,000, right? And if you got one client, then the whole 5,000 is going to come from them. But you might price yourself out of the market. So what you want to do is to get more clients. So if you get two clients, then you can afford to charge 2,500 to each. Or if you get five clients, you can afford to charge 1,000 dollars or pounds or whatever the currency is each. But what I'm trying to say to you is you work around that way. I don't know whether you're working at the moment and then you're doing this as a side hustle or a part-time gig. So it's impossible for me to give you a number, because I really can't. I cannot even pluck a figure out of thin air. Oh, thanks for here. Thanks for being here. I think is it Wood, isn't it, or Sood? I'm sorry. I remember you sending me those emails with those questions. So thanks for being here, and thank you to everyone for sending these lovely questions. Hi, Alamgir. I'm running lead gen campaign and I also want to stop spammers. Should I enable Captcha in form? Yes. Well, it will work. It will minimize. It will never stop. So spammers will always have a way of doing these stupid things. So yeah, absolutely put a Captcha on your forms. Hi, Moin. If we use automated bidding strategies, is there any need to use bid adjustments for devices? Great question. Google says we can't use bid adjustments when using automated bidding strategies. So, automated bidding strategies will not work except on target ROAS and target CPA have now gone on to maximize conversions. But what you can do is you can stop you, devices on certain campaigns. So you run one campaign for mobile, one for desktop. So these are the only two devices which we use. We never run ads on tablets and on TV screens. Just keep them separate, because mobile is going to eat up the whole budget anyway, most of the budget. So that way you can allocate certain budgets and see the performance of each uh, each device. But you can bid adjust at device level, not on locations or audiences or any other levels. Will Google Ads Service campaign die? Will agencies lose their job after PMAX become more automated? So this is the debate which is going on. All the freelancers, marketeers, professionals, agencies are sweating out there. Oh my God, we won't have any work. In fact, it is the complete opposite. They can automate, they can automate, they can AI as much as they want. If you don't have the right creatives to test, the algorithm cannot do anything. So you need to test, you need to create videos, you need to create good graphics, and then keep testing them. And then you will find that it is starting to work really well. Unfortunately, most people don't do that. They just throw a handful of images and expect miracles, which doesn't happen very often. So PMAX is a very interesting campaign. I mean, it is obviously it's made it very easy, but then we have the flexibility to test a lot of things. See, there are only two things: audiences and the creatives, and you need to marry them together. What is the best strategy to perform with a search campaign with one product website? Okay, so you just target those keywords and put all. So if you just selling iPhones, let's say just one product, put Samsung, Google Pixel, any other iPhone or smartphones as negatives. And if you just sell iPhone, let's say iPhone 14, then you put all the other iPhones as negatives. So this strategy will be very simple. You just be extremely um, aggressive and ruthless when it comes to negative keywords, and that is going to be your best friend, and that's how you're going to be very profitable. How to improve quality score? I'm losing impression share due to low ad rank despite having high CPC. So throwing more money at Google will not get you high impression share, neither quality score or ad rank. So the ad rank consists of expected click-through rate, um, the landing page experience, and the ads. Right? You got to make sure that all three of them are above average, and you'll start to get higher quality score. When it comes to losing impression share, there are things, other metrics as well. One of them is obviously CPC and obviously the budget. If you don't have the budget, so let's say your budget is $10 a day and your bids are $15 a day, how are you going to get the click? And even if you do get the click, you're only going to get at max one click per day. So it's a combination of both. If you're increasing the bids, you need to increase the budget as well because you're going to get less clicks and the impression share is going to be low. And we we only look at impression share on those keywords or campaigns which are profitable, because I don't want to be losing more money and throwing more money at campaigns or keywords which are not making me money. What's the point? I'm knowledgeable and experienced about SEO and Google Ads. Would you advise me to focus on only one thing or should I go in both? Oh, it's a freelancer question. Um, I can run Facebook ads better than most other Facebook agencies, but you would never find me doing a single video on Facebook ads or Twitter ads or LinkedIn ads or any other kind of ads. I just focus on Google ads. That is my expertise. So if you want to become the go-to expert, you've got to be just at one thing and one thing only. SEO is completely different. Google Ads is completely different. My advice to you is to focus on just one thing and not try to do lots and lots of things. Even as an agency, we don't offer SEO, even though our rankings on organic rankings, organic traffic is a lot more than most other agencies have, because we upload, we optimize. We have a team of six for our content marketing and SEO, but we don't offer it as a service. We only do work for ourselves. Cool. All right. So thank you so much. I've got to hop on another call. Now there will be a gap of a couple of weeks. I'm traveling to the US. So I should be back in the first week of October. So till then, if you do have any questions, then put it in the Facebook group. I'll keep an eye on it and I'll try my best to answer them for you over there. So till then, stay safe and keep up all the good work. And I'll see you guys sometime very soon. Bye for now.